Jesse Pinkman is one of TV's greatest characters, helped by a terrific performance from Aaron Paul, and his character is constantly discussed throughout various videos on Breaking Bad, books, articles, etc. However, there's one element that, at least to me, is kind of overlooked, that being Jesse's friendships, especially with Combo, Skinny Pete, and Badger, who I think are vital in understanding Jesse, or just the show in general. Now, Jesse's friends, whilst not completely evil or villainous like the other characters in the universe, they do kind of stop Jesse from getting out of the drug world, as Badger meets Jesse after a failed job interview and asks him to hook him up with drugs, which leads to him and Jesse going to the desert trying to make meth. However, it fails and they argue, and Jesse abandons him despite that they remain friends. Now, Badger specifically is kind of a stereotypical pothead from the way he dresses, the way he talks, and his overall laziness, which leads to him to make several wrong, dumb errors. However, Jesse remains friends with him in large part due to his enthusiasm, which no matter what he's doing, Badger will put his all, to lead to him getting arrested. His arrest, however, leads directly to possibly Breaking Bad universe's most important character, Saul Goodman.
You out 10 minutes ago. Go on. There are laws, detective. Have your kindergarten teacher read them to you, right? Go grab a juice box, have a nap. Go on.
Thus, Badger's importance cannot be understated, and one thing you can give him is his loyalty to Jesse, which all of Jesse's friends show, as I will get into throughout this video. Combo is a very vital character in the show as well, as he's shown to possibly be Jesse's most resourceful friend. For example, Jesse, after getting forced to distribute meth by Walter, despite Jesse's panic, Combo assures him he can get an RV, and of course he does.
Or something?
Nah, it's like a no paperwork type deal. Pleasure doing business with you.
Which is one of the single most important things in Breaking Bad, as it's one of the main reasons they're able to cook meth, and thus a catalyst for Walt's product being more readily available and on the market, which in turn leads to Combo's death. Combo's death, at least to me, is actually a very underrated scene in my opinion, that shows the type of person he was. First off, it shows his streetwise to know that something was off, and also shows his humane side, as he warns Tomas that something is up. Of course, that person that kills Combo is Tomas, but he wasn't to know that. But this moment also is a vital scene as it causes several key events that change the course of the story, e.g. the killing of Tomas, which is hinted that it was ordered by Gus Fring, and eventually, the killing of those said drug dealers leads to Gus Fring's increasingly distrust of Walter White.
Run.
Skinny Pete, I think, is the most emotionally intelligent character of Jesse's friends. For example, during the aftermath of Combo's death, he calls out Jesse to his face the fact that he isn't ready for the drug game, himself included.
This game we playing, we don't got the street cred to survive it.
Which is 100% true, as Jesse is shown to be very emotional throughout the show, rightfully so, in high contrast to Walter, who we see is able to strip nearly all emotion from the drug business he has, and deal with the consequences of death, which Jesse isn't able to. This childlike innocence that Jesse kind of has is exemplified in a terrific scene with him and Skinny Pete, in which we see a childlike curiosity from Jesse with his bug on the ground, him observing it and let it climb in his hand. However, once Skinny Pete comes over, he kills it.
Damn, bitch.
Which I think shows Skinny Pete's more ruthless edge compared to Jesse, even if only slightly, and Jesse being deep down not built for the business that he's in. Skinny Pete further shows his emotional intelligence with this scene in which we see a hint to his backstory, with him playing the piano, perhaps showing a potential for his drug abuse, but when he notices Badger's lack of musical talent, he plays along with Badger. This is also shown very well in El Camino, wherein him and Badger notice Jesse shaken, and thus, instead of their usual joking, laid-back nature, they become more caring towards him. Pete shows a very intelligent, quick-thinking side to him, with him delivering the plan to plant a card in Mexico to make it look as though Jesse fled to it, which we can see in the film's trailer scene in which Pete directs the police towards Mexico despite the fact that's not where he's headed.
Where he is. Don't know where he's headed either. North, south, west, east, Mexico, the moon. I don't have a clue. But yo, even if I did, who wouldn't tell you?
He also says this line towards Jesse, which I think is very revealing.
Doing all this. Dude, you're my hero and shit.
As it reveals, I think, why all his friends are friends with Jesse. They see him as a hero, which explains why they dress like him and talk like him. Take this scene, for example, which sounds, at least to me, like something Jesse would say.
Dude, yo, why do you think McCoy never likes to be nowhere? 'Cause he's a doctor, bitch. Look it up, it's science.
And the fact they are willing to put their life on the line for Jesse, showing Jesse, unlike Walter, actually has respect from people rather than fear. And of course, Peter and Badger help Walter when he tricks the Swartz into thinking they're snipers, where we get this funny scene.
You know, I don't exactly know how to feel about all this.
For real, yo. The whole thing felt kind of shady, you know, like morality-wise.
Totally.
How do you feel now?
Better.
Of course, this is where Walter finds out that Jesse is still alive, and thus he saves Jesse and gets revenge on Jack for Hank. So overall, I just wanted to make a video on an underrated aspect of Breaking Bad that I think is often overlooked, despite it adding to a fantastic show even more. As each of his friends adds to Jesse Pinkman's character and his development, to the Breaking Bad universe overall, featuring some of the most important events were enabled by Jesse's friends.